Good evening, welcome to the stream, finally back online. I've been doing some changes to the whole scene or streaming setup. I've been planning to do a started devlog series on YouTube, where I try to bring my updates, my project updates in video form. And in order to actually do that and make it easier for myself, I decided to make some small changes. Like for the gameplay, I won't be having the camera on because it's easier to take that footage directly from YouTube sorry, and use it in other videos. It's less taxing, because I don't have to record the footage separately. So that's a bit easier. But during live streams I will be switching back and forth between windows, so that's not an issue. So I've been mainly the last week I've been busy actually working on this background, trying to do something within the theme of the whole pixel adder stuff. It's just like a first draft, I haven't spent too much time because at first I kind of wanted to create like an interactive background, more like, with some liquids and some stuff leaking from the pipes. I actually had like a pretty large vision when it comes to that, and I decided not to spend too much time because I still have a lot of stuff I have to work on. And I can spend my time, at the moment at least, better working on my projects and actually get them completed. So that's something for in the far future. Maybe I'll update every few years. I'm probably gonna update whole streaming scene background stuff to make it more interesting. But for now I think this will do. So what I want to do today is actually work on one of these sector portals I've been implementing in my Doom 2 map. That's going to be mainly it. It's going to take some time because I have to do some detailed rock work, which is, pretty taxing or time consuming, to be more precise. And after I think about an hour, I'm gonna open up Steam and just, try to play some games in my backlog, because I've been postponing it for way too long, and there's it's always piling up, right? So I kind of need to finish some games before the list becomes unmanageable, and there are games I probably will never be able to complete. So that's something I'm gonna try to do, at the end of the level design sessions or modeling sessions, whatever. Okay, let's jump in. All right, so first I'm gonna open up Discord real quick. Otherwise, people will probably not notice that I'm online or live. That should do it. There we go. All right. There we go. There we go. Okay. It's kind of weird. This is incorrect. I'm not really sure. What that is about. I did change it on YouTube though. So let's quickly see. Yeah, it's so weird. I have no idea why it actually still uses that stream title. No idea how to change it actually. I did change it on YouTube. YouTube Studio actually, directly. So that's weird. I have no idea why it actually... There we go. Very strange. Right. Well, I'll figure it out. Can't be too hard, right? Probably it has to do with Streamlabs directly. Probably have to edit this. You know, the thing is, in Twitch you could actually change, well, not the stream title, but you could change the game. And I think it's, yeah. Can't do it anymore because I'm online now. It's kind of weird. There has to be something I can... let's see. YouTube Live dashboard. There we go. Let's see. Title. Normally it should save. Bam. Okay, that should do it. So I think it's better to do it in Streamlabs because it probably prioritizes the Streamlabs setup over YouTube Studio itself. But it should be fixed now. You can actually check it. YouTube, you know, it's still kind of new to me streaming on YouTube. Or at least exclusively on YouTube. There we go. Yeah. Okay, that fixed it. Okay, let's jump in. So this is actually the area I have been working on. This is what I created so far. So I kind of wanted to, well, obviously expand this rock structure all around. I think it looks pretty good. The only thing I don't really like is there's not too much I can do about it. Wow, it loads from the first time. Interesting. So as you can see, like, this is actually straight. I wish it was more rounded off. That would require a lot more work. And you know, it kind of depends on where you stand in the map. Like, it's not too obvious from here. It gets more obvious if you stand over here, for example. This would be great if this was rounded off a little more. But that would, well, would be a lot more effort. So I just go with the easy way, because I did it in the previous maps as well. And you know, for sake of consistency, I would have to change it, and it would set me back a lot. So I'm just gonna go with this. So let's see. So we got this area, which is actually this right here, and let's see what we can do. So this one, probably gonna make a slope. Probably gonna look for some sort of grid or grill or something like that, like a vent type of texture. Something like this would be great if it was a little more detailed. This one might do the trick as well. Maybe I'll stick with this for now. It's easy scalable, there we go. Let's see. Does it actually go well with the textures I already have? Yeah. Does look like it would fit. And something for this. This one looks actually pretty cool. I don't really like. Let's see. That's not too bad. I don't really like the trims on this texture. It should be more defined, but. Let's try this one. I always gotta think. There we go. That looks actually pretty good. I wish there were more textures like this. In the pack. Fortunately, it's not the case. This one has to have a nice trim because it actually is on top of this texture right here. So I need something that would actually fit quite nicely. Ideally would be textures like these, for example, which actually tile horizontally, not vertically necessarily. And it has to be like a pretty clean texture because the Doom 2 textures are fairly clean in comparison to these ones. Now, this one is repeating. It's not really, I don't really want a pattern. This one actually might be a good candidate. Let's see if I... Maybe. Let's give it a shot. Let's see how it looks so far, if it's a match or not. It's not too bad. Not too bad. Though I feel like there's something missing. I kind of want to expand this structure, make it larger. I guess it could work. Let's see if there's a better option. It's pretty good. I'm just not entirely convinced. I think, yeah, in the end, it might be the best choice. Maybe if I scale it a little bit. What if I... This is a texture that actually, like, I like the structure. The colors. Not really sure if I can find anything that will come close. Maybe I should, like, some hard metal, maybe? Doesn't look too bad either. Let's keep this one for comparison. I feel like it's a little too harsh, maybe. Not with this per se, but this one. I could dig out a little bit of this wall, maybe, but I think I like that best. I think I'm gonna keep that one. I think, yeah, because I have this one here as well. I think it will be more consistent. I could also. The only thing is there is no trim or something. or anything, I mean. Trying to make it less harsh. It's only lower by 1 unit, but might make a difference. You know, I'm good with that. There will be some more textures. I mean, some more structure on top, so let's have a look there. Yeah, let's add more. So what I actually want to do is start here. And do it like this. Something like that. The only thing is, I'm gonna need to create like a rooftop and with a nice trim. Like that. There we go. Something like that. Which will allow me to add some details, some support beams, stuff like that. Not part of the sector. Okay. So we're gonna lower this. 64, I think will do. And we can end this with a nice trim. If I can find something at least. It takes a little bit of experimentation with this texture pack. Like, there's a serious lack of seamless textures, like this one, for example. I mean, in horizontally, I mean. Maybe this one, although it probably will look too harsh. And I see, like, it's not, I wish this was just seamless. Unfortunately, that is almost never the case. What I'm gonna add here are some support beams. No, I couldn't. Let's see. This is for now. Can find actually some nice something like this maybe. This really could fit in with the metal. Not really sure how this will look compared to like this structure, if it will fit together nicely. Not really sure. This one should be generic as well. I probably can look in this direction. You can actually, if you use proper scaling, this actually looks quite nice. Yeah. Maybe. You won't notice this anyway, so it doesn't really matter. Maybe, I'm not really convinced about this one. It looks a bit too harsh compared to this. This looks more soft. I'm not really sure if this will fit actually, so maybe something more subtle. I can actually use this one again. Not sure if this will stack up. Well, there is one texture that actually seems to work pretty well, which is has very good scalability, like these ones. Let's see if I can use this variant. Maybe we can basically this is actually pretty close. They're a nice variant, maybe. I mean, the textures on offer, they're pretty interesting. Interesting enough. That's a nice texture actually. Doesn't really fit here, but something to keep in mind. Ooh, I can actually hold on just a second. One thing that is very good, which I love about Cheesy Doom, and which I actually used quite a lot, 104. Okay. is dynamic lights. And this will actually there we go. This will help create some atmosphere for this specific building. Okay, here we go. Because this is pretty large, and we're gonna have to cut it off right here, so we can actually create a nice roof structure. And I can fill this up with either grids or maybe like a strip of light, like in the spirit of what I did here. Some night ceiling lights. This will actually, I feel like these dynamic lights, they provide a ton of atmosphere with only like a small amount of effort. It's insane. So what can we use? Well, something like this usually does the trick. Scale it, there we go. We have our support beam. There we go. Okay. So that leaves us with a nice space here. So let's fill this up with some dynamic lights. Can be pretty big. There we go. Maybe like this, because there's actually a nice room for adding some trims here. Let's make use of that. What we got now is the ability to actually it needs to be no, actually it doesn't. It's actually good. There we go. Good. And we can actually give it the same color as this one. Or this one, we can actually, maybe this one. Add a little bit of contrast. Seal and glow. Oh, it's a glow. Damn it. Okay, that's not correct, but it doesn't really matter because it has to be on the surface colors. No, here. There we go. And if you use seal and glow here, you get this nice effect. Right. So this one, and we can actually choose a different trim for this one, or the same, doesn't really matter. Let's see what else we got. If there's anything interesting. This one maybe. Let's look a little bit more modern. Not really sure if, yeah, can give it a shot. I feel like these, like, I really like using warning stripes. But you know, it has to make sense to use them, right? It wouldn't be appropriate if I used them here, because they do have to indicate some kind of danger. And I'm not really sure if there's any danger right here. You never know. Although, you know, I know it's a fantasy like concept, but still I feel like it has to make somewhat sense. And I think, you know, this one actually scales pretty well. Actually, because we have separate pieces, let's make sure, I always get this one wrong, let's make sure we align them properly. Son of a bitch. Ceiling. There we go. At least this one was seamless and smooth. What I'm probably gonna do which actually wasn't my original idea. But let's see, hold on just a second. It doesn't land. I'm probably gonna, intentionally I was gonna release each episode like separately, like separate downloads. But I've been thinking, why not just release, add them to the first episode of Annie, which will require, some more work, because I have to make sure there's no conflict with resources. But I feel like if I wanted to update this project and, instead of having people have to wait until I release each episode, I could just add what I have already to the existing pack. And that means I could actually release, once I have the hub area completed for episode 2, that means I could release level per level. So for those who actually want to check out the new stuff, they can. And, when it comes to beta testing, that's also a pretty interesting concept. Because it would allow me to, take feedback while I'm still working on it. And I could improve on the fly. Hey, what is up, buddy? Welcome. Yeah, does it? Because I'm not really sure if I'm, if the algorithm likes me. I actually, I have been streaming for a long time on Twitch, but I don't really like Twitch policies, the way they've been going as of late, because I was starting to use multi-stream more, because I'm not really in this for, becoming a full-time streamer or profit. I'm actually working on my own game, and this is just on the side, just to because it's really interesting to get feedback from viewers, which allows me to basically make changes on the fly. And Twitch doesn't like multi-stream, even though I actually quit because I was not partnered, but what is it called in between? Affiliate. But I, decided to get rid of it, because now Twitch even doesn't allow no, wait, I was affiliate and it wasn't allowed, but I just got out of affiliate because of taxes. They changed the laws in here and over here, and then I just wasn't affiliated in any way with Twitch, but they still would ban players or streamers who use multi-stream, which is insane. So that's why I decided to opt out of Twitch entirely and just go on YouTube for the moment. Until YouTube messes up, which, I would dare to bet money on. They will at some point. But, while everything, we're online, that's what matters for the moment, so I'll just go with it and see what the future will bring. But my main goal is actually to do game development, level design, modeling, pixel art, stuff like that, and live stream development. That's basically my main purpose, not to become a full-time streamer. But welcome, thank you, and glad you could join. If you have any comments, I'm not sure I don't know what your background is, but even if you don't have a background in game development or level design or whatever, if you see something like that would be more interesting, please feel free talk about it, because like this, most of it, what it has become so far, this mod would never be what it is if it wasn't for live streaming. Let's have a look. Okay, it does look better with the lights. Yeah. All right. Okay, not too bad. If I add lights over there and there, I think this will look very different. Pretty cool. Not really sure about that trim though. Okay, how long have we been at? Only 15 minutes. That's not too much. Time sure flies. That is, you know, as I was telling in the beginning of the stream, this is very time consuming. Especially this, like creating all these rock structures, especially here in the corners. That's but you know, it has to be done. But I feel like what kind of helps me is that actually I am pretty close to completing this map, structure-wise. You know, so that gives me some hope and some motivation to continue working on this, because we are close. And what I'm probably gonna do is, after this one, before I start working on the next map, I'm probably gonna finish as far as I can the hub area and just integrate it into the first episode and release that as a new download version, like a beta, right? And this allows me to actually change some of the bugs, or remove some of the bugs and change some of the parts people didn't like in the first episode. Like, I remember there was a comment about there was this computer humming sound, and I think I overused it because it was driving some people insane in the first episode. But you know, that means like I can do it already, right? So if I merge these episodes together, it's easy for me to kind of make changes to episode 1 as well, and you know, then release it and see what, like, if there's, because if you release a pack, like I released episode 1 a couple of years ago, and eventually like it gets moved to the background for people. Like, they played in the beginning and you know, they have their ideas and thoughts about it, and it gets talked about and it's nice and some feedback is shared, but then it kind of disappears into the background, and like if there are any more bugs or stuff, like, you know, it doesn't reach me anymore. But if I just release this new map, put it in together with episode 1, there's a chance that new people will discover this mod, because, you know, there's like mod database probably put an article out and stuff like that, and the chances are likely then that new people play episode 1. You know, because it's all integrated into one pack, so that leaves out the effort of separately downloading and installing the first pack. And you know, that is, chances are more likely that some new stuff, some new bugs maybe, or some new feedback is formed, and which allows me to make changes pretty early on, so we don't have to do it all at once in the end, which I think is a better approach, especially seeing how long this project is actually in development. So that's probably the direction I'm taking this project. And it's more fun to actually, if you load up just one pack and you can choose in-game immediately which episode you want to play. There's going to be like, it's not going to be like 16 maps from start to finish. You have to choose each episode separately because, you know, obviously they're not linked. There's a huge visual and artistical difference between each episode. So it doesn't make sense to connect them into one big, from start to finish series of maps. Doesn't make sense. But it's nice to just load up one mod into your game and just select the episode without having to quit, load up episode 2, when you finish that, quit again, load episode 3. I feel like it's well, it's not a huge amount of effort, but still, it's more interesting to keep it in one pack. Okay. Let's wrap this up. This one was 112. There we go. This is always a little bit tedious. Especially if there are a lot of corners. This one is probably. Oh wait, it doesn't. Nah, no, it's not gonna give me problems. Not really sure how the YouTube algorithm. Oh, you're retro gaming. Okay. Okay, nice. Nice. So definitely is going to be like, it's an interesting experiment. I'm actually at the moment, I did some work for 3D Realms, worked on Core Decay, and my work is done there. Did some level design and modeling, and right now I'm actually working on my own Game Boy game, which is going to be for the playable on the original hardware. I can show you just a little bit of it, what I got so far. It's gonna be like Castlevania type platformer. I kind of think Belmont's Revenge, Castlevania on the Game Boy, it's one of my favorite games. I kind of made something, or trying to make something slightly in the spirit of that. Like, it's a lot of work, but I feel, you know, it's small scale enough for me to not be overwhelmed. You know, I know nothing about audio design or sound design, so if I can find, like, maybe collaborate with somebody in the future, but you know, I probably first have to focus on getting a prototype out before I do all that. But it's a fun journey. I can do it at my own pace. There's no deadlines. So it's fun. I'm really enjoying it. I'm using Game Boy Studio. Do my own sprite work. There we go. That's close enough for me. This will definitely change the look. I could probably do this automatically. I always forget. There's an option. Well, it's not a huge amount, so. Okay, last one. I wish Cheesy Doom had like an auto-align function for this, but it never seems to work on my end. Not really sure why. But it is a nice feature. Like, imagine if you had to do this with the old editors for Doom. Jesus Christ. With WhatEd or Deep C. Those are the ones I remember. That would be insane. I mean, probably would never do this. That's why it wouldn't be possible, actually. Like, I've been thinking about someday just create like a vanilla vanilla map for Doom, but I'm pretty sure I forgot how, or forgot about the limitations. This would be interesting. Nice contrast, really. No? Sometimes you gotta go crazy. Maybe. Let's leave it for now. Kinda like the structure. Maybe I can add some details on top here. Like maybe a couple of pipes or something. Let's see. This one requires a good trim texture. You know, this is probably a great place to add some 3D models. But for sake of consistency and time management, I decided not to do this for episode 2. I am planning to do this for episode 3 though, because I have there's gonna be like an interesting, very different theme, and I feel like 3D models will really enhance the levels in episode 3. Actually, I feel like 3D models could enhance any level. But, that would set this episode, and it has been in development for quite a while as well, and that would set it back, like, far back. So I decided not to do this for episode 2. And, I kind of want to feel like, because there is so much development time, between each episode, I kind of feel like I want to progress. Make some advancements in levels, not to feel like if there's like 5 years between episode 1 and 2. I feel like you should at least notice a difference when it comes to both quality and visuals. It has to feel like fresh and new, and if you have to wait that long, I feel like it can't be like a clone of episode 1, just different layouts. So I do want to make it distinct enough and advance, use new technologies available as, GZ Doom. I mean, the features, when I actually used GZ Doom to build episode 1, and now in episode 2, like the features, there have been loads of enhancements and possibilities with GZ Doom which weren't available at the time. So I feel like I should, move along and make use of them. But I don't want to overdo it. It still has to be like this. I want to kind of keep the core gameplay, what Doom is known for. I don't want to make too many changes to that. There's no crazy inventory stuff or whatever. I don't feel like it would. It's not necessary here, right? But that's for episode 3. I'm gonna have to do it without models and just hope I find a correct or nice texture, one that will fit. So I need like an industrial pipe. Doom has some pipe textures, but just create like a smaller one. Yep, I feel like that would actually be nice. There are some. I can probably find some smoke particles if I check some databases. Yeah, it's actually not bad. Maybe I can add some structure like on here as well. Add some filler. You know, a 3D model like having these pipes coming out, making a curve and then go into the silo. Stuff like that is actually very interesting, but in episode 3 it's gonna be, you know, I kinda wanna to start episode 3, like I feel I need to upgrade with each episode. I did, I think, with the layout and the texturing compared to episode 1. So this is a huge improvement. Okay, thank you. Glad you like it. Can give you a small tour. I'm not sure if you have it. Like, level is pretty far completed. Like, obviously, I need to detail a few areas, but you know. I've been working on this for quite a while. There's some shiny floors. Let's see. There we go. And look at the outside. Got a door working as well. Just need to add some sounds. So this kind of, well, it uses a Doom 3 texture pack. Converted for Doom 2, and I felt like for this episode I kind of wanted to combine the existing or some of the existing Doom 2 textures with this texture pack. I didn't want to, you know, make it look too much like Doom 3 or just like a copy of Doom 3 for Doom 2. Pretty sure that's already been done. So I kind of wanted to do my own thing while still, you know, trying to find some creative use for these textures. I feel like it works pretty well actually. The textures here don't go good with all of the Doom 2 textures available. They're just like, it's a limited amount. Many Doom 2 textures definitely feel out of place if I put them next to these, for example. But there are a few actually. Which still kind of, you know, like these work very well here, which hopefully will give the player at least some, you know, recognizable elements from Doom 2. There aren't too many, I have to admit, but here and there, just, you know, to have the player think, okay, this is still Doom 2, right? You can obviously, because that's one of the reasons I didn't replace the weapons and monsters. I just added like a few monsters, which I feel would really be a good addition to this mod. Just to make sure to kind of keep that Doom 2 spirit, not having it strayed too far. Like, obviously I wanted to do something different, right? Not just another map pack for Doom 2. Has to be more than that. But yeah, got some. Felt like this is like a good balance in my, for me at least. Feels like a good balance. And this one is actually, I worked on this, but I feel like this would be more appropriate for the third episode, which is going to be like a huge tower. The player will have to, you know, reach the top and have a nice boss fight. But you know, these textures are huge. If you look at the Cyber Demon, it feels very small in comparison. I actually added some standard Doom 2 textures just to make sure that I wanted to see, like, I can just play it so you can see, like, there's a little bit of a scaling issue here. The map is obviously huge. So I'm not really sure, like the Cyber Demon really feels tiny. Like, if you look at this texture, for example, it's enormous, right? So, and the Cyber Demon is actually a pretty big monster, but like this ammo, this is a huge texture. I mean, imagine if this was real, like in real life, right? It'd be insane. Huge block, larger than the player. Like, it feels like almost this map is made for, like, giants used to live here. So I'm not really sure I can actually lower the scale, but I feel like when I look at the player movement in Doom is actually pretty fast. And, you know, I want to make sure, like, if there's going to be like a huge battle here, the player has enough room to maneuver. Look at this, a single brick is almost like as large as a player head. It's insane. So I really have to think about this. Doom 3 texture pack doesn't scale too good. Maybe it's me. Maybe I should have. Like, I feel here that actually, if you, this is the starting area. If I check this out, it doesn't feel too large, right? I mean, the ceiling is okay, but like, these rooms feel pretty good. Like, movement in this episode is actually, like, I wanted to make sure the player has enough room, not get stuck on the scenery too much. If you make it too cramped, I mean, that's like for Half-Life, for example, this would be way too large because the movement speed, player speed, is actually you know, a lot lower. But for Doom, I feel like this is actually a good size. But some of the texturing really, like, I have to stretch them out because there are very large textures, and that works well in Doom 3. But here I feel like, if you shrink it down too much, it looks off. Some textures are really like 512 times 512. And you can scale them down, but you have to make sure you don't overdo it, otherwise it doesn't look good anymore. All right. Let's see. Make sure this is saved. Okay, that's it for today's level design session. I'm gonna actually play a little more of Dread Templar. That is still in my Steam library. Yeah, I tried to combine, hellish themes with industrial. Kind of like a fusion between hell and technology. Like this is like obviously an alien realm where the UAC basically, invaded this area and actually tried to establish an industry. And hell kind of start to take back the realm or the world. This project, which is obviously larger, consists of 4 episodes, and it's about the main character is a spider mastermind, enhanced, and like it was captured. Because this actually, the story takes place after the events of Doom 2. Spider Mastermind was captured, converted to UEC to kind of have like a defense against Hell. But then, she escaped and kind of started to convert all the UEC realms, or conquered UEC realms back to Hell. And that's kind of like the theme going on in this episode. I don't want to overreact. I try to keep both sides in balance. Both UAC basis and Hell. Trying to create a subtle here and there, like this, for example, and more obvious, like here. This is obviously a hellish structure or an ancient structure where the UAC, found some ways to utilize it without having to tear it down completely, and that's why you see some structures here by the UAC. Like this is obviously to mine the liquid that is found on this planet as well. UAC tries to mine it, and it doesn't need to convert this entire area. It's like with minimal effort. Just because it's only temporarily, it has to serve its purpose, and then it's abandoned. So that's why they added these minimal structures. Like money saving, stuff like that. Like a couple of radio towers to communicate, stuff like that. And that is kind of like the theme that is going on in this episode. And the first episode as well. Although I must say in the first episode didn't really add too much like Hell. It's still on a foreign planet, but the influence of Hell in its structures is not as obvious as it is in this episode. So I kind of want to slowly, as I progress through the episodes, I kind of want to, I wanted the influence of Hell to be more obvious with each episode. So episode 3 is going to be more subverted, even more than this one. So you can slowly see the situation is getting more desperate as you progress instead of better. Let's see. Templar. There we go. Okay. We're gonna play a little bit of Dread Templar. Because like I feel like if I don't work on my backlog, I never get to finish these games, right? I've been playing it on hard, and I gotta say, there are some moments, holy shit, insane. But, you know. But it's been fun. I gotta say, I'm not a huge fan of the music. Sometimes I feel like it's a little bit over the top. Too much heavy metal, you know. Even when there are like pieces, like there's some moody music in here, some eerie music, which I like way better than like the heavy, like, you know, Doom Eternal, Doom, the new Doom 2K16 vibe. I don't feel like it fits here all that well. But you know, some pieces, some music pieces are pretty good. So it's pretty... Yeah, it can be pretty unforgiving. As you can see, it's if you haven't played this for a while, hold on just a second, I'll probably have to do something about the sound, it's way too low. That's probably a little better. So as you can see, by just a small encounter, my health is pretty low. Yeah, there are some, you know, boss fights which are pretty great, and definitely you do have slow motion. This is like, the playstyle is somewhat in line with Doom 2K16 or Doom Eternal, meaning that you have to, you know, it's good to constantly switch between weapons. This one is pretty powerful, but it burns through your ammo. I gotta say, there's a fairly good balance between ammo and health, but like I feel some of the attacks are pretty cheap. Sometimes I feel like, look, I'm down to 9%, and sometimes I don't even know what hit me, right? So it's pretty unforgiving, but you know, it's okay. I play on hard, so can't really complain about that. I wish there was a little more health, or at least it regenerates back to like a minimal, let's say 20 But I do feel like it's because especially because you don't have any like saves here. You have to reach certain save points. You can't quick save. But overall, no, I've been enjoying it. And I'm down, like my health, it's constantly in the single digits. It's insane. No, also, like upgrade some of your abilities and your weapons. Which definitely helps. Like this would be a good moment to save for me. It's kind of weird because I actually last time I played this was yesterday, but before that I was it's been months, and I remember I was stuck on a boss fight, and I couldn't get past it. And I didn't play the game anymore for a while. And yesterday I played it for the first time. And I got the boss in a single run. It's insane. It's kind of weird. Sometimes that happens to me. Like I need to let games rest for a while. And then sometimes the progression is actually very, very fast. It's weird. Maybe it's fatigue that's settling in after a while. I don't know. Maybe you're so blinded on or desperate to beat a boss that you just forget to take your time and study, analyze the situation. I don't know. Oh yeah. Almost forgot you have like these are immune. Shit. Immune to rockets. Just my luck. There we go. Okay. Gotta grab the key before I enter the teleporter. Okay, so I do like the sense of like the level flow and design. I think it's pretty good. You know, you basically don't have to backtrack a lot in this game. This is like the level up system, so to speak. This one, the bow, black bow, is pretty good actually. I think this one works out pretty well, this setup I got so far. Only got 2 stones, so I can't really... Well, you can always redeem, right? This cost me 2. Infernal rockets, let's see. Rocket damage, it's pretty dangerous. Maybe damage is good actually. Just have to be careful not to fire too close because the blast radius is already pretty huge. Alright, let's save. I think the yellow key is somewhere up here, or the yellow door. I only don't really remember where it was. Actually, I think I cleared this area already. Nope. Apparently not. Shit, accidentally shot. Oh, wait. This is one of these challenge areas. Let's try. Now, usually there's a nice reward at the end. I think enemy roster is interesting, although I have to admit I find some of the enemies very annoying. But there's, well, enough variation. This one is powerful beasts. Okay, shoot through. Yeah, awesome. Sometimes I don't even know what hits me. This with this upgrade, your bow is actually, you shoot like explosive bolts, and it auto regenerates ammo. Unfortunately, not fast, but if you take your time, you can really exploit this. Like, you can save a ton of ammo, especially when you deal with enemies that are pretty far away. Right? You can take your time, just let it reload a little bit. Powerful tool as well. You know, most dangerous parts are where the rooms are empty and you're just never sure. Once they spawn in, you can get into a lot of trouble really fast. These dual pistols you saw there are, I think, well, they burn through your ammo really fast, but I think they're one of the most powerful weapons you can have in the game. Or at least that's my experience. Infernal revolver, okay. Awesome, we did it. We did the challenge, nice. It wasn't too hard. Actually, I fought harder challenges in earlier levels. The only thing is, the downside is you have to save, like when you do upgrades, because they don't. Just one? Can I use one actually? It's one. I can always redeem them. Hey, Tribal. This is Dread Templar. Throwing damage, well, why the hell not? I sometimes use a katana. You have to save because it doesn't save your configuration. It would be great if you exit this, right, the upgrade panel, and then it would auto save. So if you die, you don't have to reinstall everything. It's a bit of a shame. How you been, Tribal? It's been a while. Good to see you again. I think the yellow door is somewhere over here. I did a secret area or challenge area. It's the game is not too expensive, I think, and you know there's like a decent amount of content. I've been playing this, I think, for over 10 hours, and I'm still not finished. Some very interesting set pieces. Like the game is obviously inspired by 90s shooters. It has its annoying moments, but overall, I'm enjoying this. I mean, there's a lot of customizations to keep it interesting, like what you can do with your weapons. So you can actually. It has a decent amount of weaponry. You can upgrade them. Upgrade your abilities, your weapons. Levels are pretty simplistic, but it's quite alright. Doesn't have to be super detailed, especially since this is a very fast-paced game. I feel like it comes pretty close to gameplay-wise. Probably got its inspiration from Doom Eternal. Except for the brutal finishers. Oh, okay. Well, I hope. Well, there's gonna be spoilers if you keep watching. So maybe you want to explore it for yourself. I can understand if you want to back out. I'm not really sure. I'm pretty far in the game already. This is like the 4th or the 5th realm, I think. Like, it's a simple concept, but it works so well. I feel like the guns feel satisfying to shoot. Some of the monsters are pretty cheap in their attacks. This one is a devastating weapon, but it burns through ammo really, really fast. Yeah, it's immune. once you upgraded the bow to a certain level, this is really like a good choice. The Hellfire pistol, this one, I think it's called Hellfire pistol, not really sure. It's very, very powerful as well. Good for actually taking on the big guys, like this one. You can do a lot of damage. You have to be fast, otherwise he respawn or he gets a second chance. See, that is pretty cheap. Goes through the wall. There we go. Whew, it was close. There is some inconsistency in the voice. Like sometimes the character sounds female, sometimes sounds male. It's kind of weird. There we go. That was the level. One of the levels. This is actually episode 5, map 1. There you go. I'm not really sure how many episodes there are. Maybe 6. Not really sure. Oh, you already... Oh, you never played... Yeah. Well, I got the same list, right? It's like there's maybe, I don't know, 20 plus 30 maybe games that I never checked out. It's just sometimes you can get these great deals like 75, sometimes 90% discount. You know, I just think, okay, this is the time I buy them like for super cheap, and I think, okay, maybe I'll play them later. You know, and the list, like, it keeps growing and growing. And it's not just on Steam, it's like on different platforms. You have the same thing. Some, like I remember Epic, they gave away some free games as well, and actually pretty good games. I got the BioShock Remaster as well, for free. Shadow Warrior. Not the classic one also, but the remake, the first, like the reboot, you know, with Lo Wang being younger. That one was for free as well. Borderlands, I think I got for free as well. Borderlands 2, like and these games, you know, they take a long time to actually complete, right? It's not like they're like 2-hour games. It's 10 plus hours at least. The Witcher 3, I've been playing that for, I don't know, 20 hours. It's a very long game, and I do want to finish it. And you know, so I want to stop buying, but sometimes you get these great deals. You know, and I feel like I have to take them. Yeah, true. I got Borderlands 3 as well on my list. Holy shit. That's bad, that's bad. Okay, we're probably gonna have to do that again. Jesus Christ. I really feel like they fit in here. There we go, 19%. Now let's keep on moving. Like the monsters are so huge. I obviously I played first BioShock, the second and I played all the BioShocks. didn't play the remaster yet. So I'm definitely interested in seeing what that, what changes there are. I'm a huge fan of BioShock. I actually wanted to get like the System Shock remake as well. Never finished System Shock 2. I actually never played System Shock 1. I don't know why. Just, I was more into like first-person action shooters like Duke Nukem, Unreal, Quake 2 at the time. So I kind of unfortunately I missed a lot of games. But I do plan on making that up. I gotta be careful there. Son of a bitch! Too long, absolutely. Absolutely, games take way too long. I mean, I don't want to complain about that, because I feel like, there is content as long as it's not too grindy. That is something I don't really like. But like The Witcher 3, I feel like that is actually like genuine content, without having the player to, like, it's not just fetch quests all the time. I feel like there's actual, like, even in the side missions there's a lot of depth in there. Son of a bitch. I swear I landed on that one. But it's just, the game, it takes really, really long. And what I sometimes do, and I tend to, once I'm like, it takes me a certain amount of time, I tend to rush it to the end. Like, there's some interesting stuff to read in these games as well. Like, you can grab these books, and there are some small stories in there. And in the beginning, I tend to be really focused, and I read all it. I try to take in as much as I can, and then, after like 10 hours or so, I find myself taking less time to do that, and to just wanting to reach the end, which you get if you make your games too long. But I think The Witcher does it really well. I gotta say, when I was younger, I was more into actually first-person action shooters. But I kind of learned to appreciate other genres as well. Like, actually, I have a very broad interest. DayZ. Ooh. 10,380 hours. Jesus Christ. Okay, that's crazy. That is crazy. How many days? How many years is that? Go 10,000. Jesus Christ, yeah, that's a lot. A grenade. Gotta say, I do like the art style in this game. Very nice. Nothing over the top. 2014, okay. That's been a long journey, absolutely. Like one of the games I really like, I put a lot of time in is Warframe. But it's pretty grindy as well. I've been enjoying Diablo 4. You know, those are games I feel like they're just built for the grind, right? But you kind of know in advance. Oh shit, this is a boss fight? It's pretty cool. Fuck. Prioritize your targets. Or just blow everything to shit. Oh god, these enemies are annoying. Fuck. This is not good, this is not good. Ooh, man. Okay, let's see if we can find some health here. Yeah. No, that's ammo. Shit. No health. Man, after this encounter? Okay. Wait a minute, what is that? Is that a secret? Oh. There is a secret. Not really sure how you get there. Oh, wait a minute. Can we actually make that? Probably. Yeah, okay. Awesome. Okay. Yeah, this is... Yeah, Shadow Warrior, actually, that's a pretty good reference indeed. I haven't really considered Shadow Warrior, but yeah, now you mention it. Yeah, especially like when it comes to certain enemy designs, I can definitely understand where you come from when you say Shadow Warrior. I haven't been keeping up. The new Shadow Warrior, it's not out yet, is it? Because I gotta say, I have been enjoying it more than I thought, because I'm a huge fan of the first 1997 Shadow Warrior. I feel like it's a very underrated game. It stands in the shadow of Duke Nukem 3D, obviously, but I feel like it's, you know, I enjoyed it. I definitely, like, there was a huge improvement in levels, textures, compared to Duke Nukem, but, you know, Duke Nukem remains the favorite, which I can understand. It's, Shadow Warrior has a very specific theme, but, you know, I enjoyed it. I actually always wanted to make a level for it. I'm still planning to do so. Using the build engine. It's gonna be like a step back, since I'm used to GZ Doom, did some work in Unity, Unreal, Quake, you know, all these engines. So build is gonna be like, especially since it hasn't evolved in the same way as, let's say, GZ Doom Builder. So it's kind of, when it comes to alignment and stuff, things that are pretty obvious nowadays. There aren't so much in build, the Duke Nukem Doom 3. Well, let's say I find Doom 3 is a good game in its own merits. I don't think you should really compare it to the original Doom games. I didn't hate it. I know many people, Doom fans, think they strayed too far from the original concept. Which, you know, they did. It's more like they explored the horror side slow-paced more. But I did enjoy it. I feel like there could been like the movement, certain like the way the weapons feel could have been improved. I think they kind of perfected it in Quake 4. That was one of the well, games I played the most, actually. I mean, single-player games that I played the most. Besides, you know, the original Doom games, because I've been doing a lot of level design for Doom, which obviously makes me spend more hours into the game. But, you know, Quake 4 is, yeah, on my list of one of my favorite FPSs, yeah. And, you know, there's like a lot of discussion. Most of the regular viewers will probably know. But I prefer Quake 2 over Quake 1. For some people, it's considered a sin. But, you know, I feel like Quake 2 had a lot more consistency. Quake 1 feels like it was experimenting on a theme, and there was like it felt like they didn't really have like a clear goal in mind of what the game was supposed to be. It's like they started with one thing and it kind of changed along the way. That's what gives me that's what Quake, what the feeling that Quake gives me. Doom 2K16, it's not bad. It's kind of they tried to go back to the roots, the fast-paced, you know, shooter that was the original Doom. I think they took it a little too far in Doom Eternal. With all the platforming, felt like I was playing a Mario game at some point. But Doom 2K16, they kept it basic without overreacting, like overdoing stuff. I felt like Doom Eternal kind of went a little bit over the top. But, you know, I did enjoy it. But it felt like they were trying too much to be like this hardcore shooter. Like too much. There's too much stuff going on. It felt like they should have kept it more simple, like Doom 2K16. Like the whole weapon switching was insane at some point. Didn't really like. Yeah, absolutely. The game performed. It was crazy. That is optimized, right? That was an optimized game. If you compare it to some of the other games which run like crap, really. Games that are less demanding, like when it comes to, you know, design, like texture, size of levels. Holy shit! Time to become a sharpshooter here. That one has to go first. Jesus Christ. Can't go back. Oh shit. Look at my health. This game is like, the numbers don't really matter here. If you have a high health number, it can go down like in seconds. Yeah. I mean, like, it's not like Doom Eternal was a bad game, not at all. But I would prefer Doom 2K16 over Doom Eternal, because it kept it more focused on just, you know, killing stuff. While Doom Eternal did a little bit over the top with all the platforming, some of the monster designs. Like the Gladiator, I hated that. That was an enemy that definitely felt like it didn't belong in the Doom universe. I mean, Doom 2 had a pretty great roster. I think they should stick to it for the most part. I mean, it's okay to introduce something new. But, you know, like I felt like some of the monsters, I can't remember all their names. In the newer Doom, Doom games, but some of them really strayed too far from the original game and it felt like they were out of place. The Guardian is one of them, or was it the Guardian? The one with, I don't know, where you have to jump these kind of waves, energy waves. Hated that, absolutely hated that. See, these projectiles, they're like insanely hard to dodge. Try a different approach. Okay. Oh, man. Can't see shit. Okay, I made it. Wow. It would be good if I can have a save point. Sometimes you have this insanely large battle and there's no option to save, or you can't, there's no save point close, and then you die to just like one remaining monster and you have to do it all over again, or you fall down by accident. Some more health would be nice. Let's see if we can. Nope. Just keep this weapon close. Oh shit, almost fell, forgot to jump here. Okay, there's no way back. Guess I don't have a choice, I just hope there's no... Okay, there's a save point. Ooh. Thank God. Fuck. That is close quarter combat. I didn't get hit? That's insane. Whew. Damn. Where's a quick save key? Indeed. Well, you know, I gotta say, it definitely adds a lot of tension in this game. The absence of quick save. Otherwise, it wouldn't be too challenging. I feel like quick saves kind of ruin the tension. Because most of the time I would just spam it in situations like these. Although it could get you into trouble. It happened more than once that I actually saved at the moment I was just about to die. And then when I reloaded, I was like instantly killed. Happened more than once. Oh god. It's always a bad sign. Halo 3. Yeah, I feel it's a hit and miss nowadays. Hit or miss. I don't trust him anymore with reboots, remakes. Like, well, I think Call of Duty is one of the better examples. They all try to be, like, many of the companies try to be politically correct. I feel like Call of Duty, you know, when you create like World War II, I felt like I played World at War, for example. I loved it. It has a nice, I mean, you can capture the true World War feeling, obviously, but it wasn't afraid to portray. Hey, Molotov, what is up? Welcome back, buddy. I felt like they did their best to portray like some of the. They weren't holding back in telling the story. I mean, there were some brutal moments, right? And I feel like World War II. I mean, they were afraid to display like the swastika, which is an integral part of World War II, right? So if you're telling a story about World War, I feel like you should. I mean, you should tell it like. It did, like how it went down, right? But I feel like, yeah, I don't know. I'm more leaning towards indie games in the last few years. Like, same with movies, like, I didn't even want to watch the last Indiana Jones because, you know, I read too much about it. People were very disappointed. I mean, these actors, you know, they're getting old, and obviously, you know, you can't have them do the same things they did when they were younger. I get that. But I feel like they're just, you know, trying to grab a quick buck out of very well-known franchises, and it doesn't do justice. And you end up just, you know, have a lot of people disappointed. Next level, man, this is looking pretty insane. No, there's nothing here. All right, well. Might as well jump in. Into the pits. There we go. Okay. Secrets is a big problem for me, finding them in this game. I think if there are 100 secrets, I think I found maybe 10. Yeah. So I'm not... Yeah, Fast and Furious. I haven't even... I don't think I watched the last 3 or 4, I think. It's a shame. Some things are better left alone. You know. Like Indiana Jones, like the third one, had the perfect ending. They ride together, you know. To the horizon. It had like it was a good ending. Like same with Die Hard. It gets milked, right, to the point where the lead character, like John McClane, isn't really leading anymore. It's just like he has become like the sidekick. Obviously, you know, I understand it has to. Like you can't have him do like crazy stunts because he has a certain age. But you know, I feel like it's better to come up with something new then. It doesn't matter if it's along the lines of Die Hard, but don't just use the name. just to try to earn more money. Because it will end up, you know, people are getting disappointed. It's the same in the game industry, obviously. Damn. You know, there was a time when I was... Actually, I wasn't playing indie games. I was just, you know, waiting for AAA and play that, but I definitely stepped back from that. I feel like there's a very good indie scene. I think we should cherish that. Because there is a lot of creativity and talent to be found. And like the huge franchises, I feel like, you know, they're getting destroyed by people who don't respect the material. Like, look at the Witcher on Netflix. I haven't watched. I canceled my Netflix subscription. But they replaced, like, they had a perfect cast for The Witcher, for Geralt, right? But they wanted to do something else with the source material. At least that's what I got from the whole fiasco. And Henry wasn't too happy with that. So yeah, it has some backlash. But what do you expect? You got like a fan base, and I feel like, you know, if you were to do something with The Witcher, I feel like you know, there's a fan base, and I think you should respect that. I mean, it's okay to you know, to go like do a little bit of things differently. You don't have to follow it to the letter. Like the story, you can take some like small side steps or side whatever, but if you completely change it, like you alienate the fan base, and those are the people who are gonna watch your stuff and pay for it, you know. I feel like these companies nowadays, they want to please everybody, and you just can't. It's the fans, the die-hard fans. Those are the people you want at your side. And those are the people you should respect, you know, and hold dear, because they actually are the ones who carry your franchise. I forgot what that was. And he takes a lot of hits. There we go. And he still got me. Alright, let's see if we can actually... Can we actually save? There's no save now. These are nasty. Shit. Always forget they are immune to rockets. A little bit of health would be nice. Knew it, I knew it. There's a way up. Wait a minute, no, there's not. I just need to go there. What would be great? Grenade launcher. Shit. Weird how I lost this. There is enough cover. Can get really close. These are nasty, like you can't see them. As long as you can keep them somewhat at bay. There we go. I feel like the movement and aiming is pretty spot on in this game. Doesn't feel clunky. I have a lot of like. Has anybody ever played Titan Quest? Because that is a game I only did like I think I restarted it 3 times. I only did like I think the first 2 quests. Then at the time when I bought it, I wasn't really into those type of games. I found it at the bargain bin, but I thought it was always, you know, I kind of liked it. It was interesting. Starfield. Oh yeah. Yeah, who knows? Maybe it can surprise. But you know, the game like it's like a Diablo clone, or considered a Diablo clone at least. But I thought it had a very interesting theme. So like those type of games, and it take a long time to complete. But those are the games like I still have in my backlog, and eventually I want to finish. Okay. Yeah, there's like it's an insane list. But one step at a time, I guess. Actually, I wanted to do focus more on checking out mods for Doom, for Half-Life, for Quake. which there are an endless supply of, but felt like I at least should first complete my the actual games I bought. And you know, I have to like there's. I feel like I could spend like if this was to be my full-time job, to do what I do, like when it comes to streaming, gaming, and game development. If I were to do this full-time, I still wouldn't be able to finish it in a reasonable amount of time. I think it's insane. There are so many interesting games like Heavy Metal, FAKK. I think it was what it was called. There are a couple of other games from that era which I never played, which I definitely wanna finish or check out. That's kind of weird. Like I missed a lot because I was actually focused on a certain amount of games, because my interest was pretty limited back then. Unfortunately, I wish I explored those games sooner, but it's never too late, I guess. I was pretty bad at, always been bad at RTS, because I don't have the patience. Like, it's you gotta try certain strategies out, especially if you don't know location of your enemy bases and stuff like that. And sometimes you can spend a lot of time building your base, preparing your army, only to die very close to the end, and you have to start over. So that is something that really put me off. There's only one RTS that I really liked, and that was Dark Colony, because it was pretty simple, straightforward, just very fun in general. It's on the Quake 3 engine, I think so, yeah. I think so. God, I need to find a save point, man. Ooh, there's one. Save at 7% health. It's not the greatest choice, but let's just play it careful. Actually hit one. Shit. I don't even know what hit me. I think when it comes to discovering these games, I sometimes used to watch G-Man Lives. He's also very much a retro scene guy, and he did reviews on all of these games, I think, or most of them. So I feel like whenever I want to look up some titles I missed, I usually go to that channel. Up in here. Jeez, I kind of lost my way. Is it this way? Yeah, I think so. The enemies can actually, most of them can move faster than you. Ah, fuck. Well, you gotta try a different strategy sometimes. This is probably not, not the best strategy. Okay, but at least I know what's waiting for me now. So that's not a good direction to go in. Well, like I said, I wish this game would at least bring your health level to 20% or so. Especially since it gets dropped so easily. Okay, maybe the first approach was still the best. Take it easy. Gotcha. Gotcha again. Oh, got him. Nice. Like these projectiles of the enemies, they travel pretty far. And sometimes you can't see them coming. It's kind of hard to estimate where they are exactly. Okay, so far so good. There's no save point, unfortunately, so only one shot gets me killed, and then it's all for nothing. Whew, man. That was a close one. Jesus. Just keep you on the edge. Oh fuck, I aggroed them. Bring out the big guns. Yeah, that's good. Let's take the high ground. Trusted bow. Thankfully, the arrows fly pretty fast and straight, which allows me to do some serious damage from afar. Oh, fuck. Wasn't expecting that. Shit. Ah, God, that's what I hate about this. All over again. Let's see. This does some serious damage. Very dangerous. Playing with fire. Okay. Actually, what I should do is actually head back, because the chances are very likely I'm gonna die again. But at least I can start from here. I didn't lose any health, so it doesn't really matter. At least I don't have to redo all these enemies again. Does that feel? No. got a pretty good arsenal. Can't complain about that. No health. Wait, what's that? I think we got our health. Oh man, this looks pretty mazy. No wait, this is where I actually... Okay, I've been here. 37, it's not too bad. Oh man, they move pretty fast. Shit. Okay, you can cancel it actually by is it one guy development? I think so. I think so. I think it was created by one man, yeah. There is a save point, that's good. I don't have any upgrade points. You can always change him if you want, so that's pretty cool. Oh shit. Okay. Do some serious cleaning. Okay, I gotta rethink that. I wish I had that. I wish I didn't spill all my ammo with that glove. Damn. Bitch, man, what the hell is this? Run! Oh, God, this is insane. See, like, the difficulty spikes sometimes in this game. It can be like a huge difference. I have no idea. There's a... Not really sure if I can actually... if I'm safe in that house. Yeah, I wish it didn't. Oh god. I don't know. Fuck. There's just too much to focus on. What I really hate is that if you have to... Well, this is not too hard or too much. But sometimes you have to do these insane sequences again, like introducing monsters or bosses. And each time you die, you're brought back to the same introduction. Absolutely hate that. You have to force to watch the whole cutscene again. Am I safe in this house? Fuck. No, I'm not? This is fucking insane. This is insane. I mean, at least bring my health back to 100%. Jesus Christ, man, if you do this. I mean, that's at least just like, you know, right here. There should be armor and health to prepare me for this fight. This is... You should know this, right? It's basic game design understanding. No ammo. This isn't gonna cut it. Even if we get these big guys. Ah, that one. The flying one. Missed that the first time. This is insane, insane, insane. Where is he? That one needs to die. Still being followed, tracked. Okay. Oh man. Oh fuck. They're gonna hit me at some point. Too much bombers. Ah, fuck, I was so close. I forgot how to actually tackle this. Jesus Christ. Okay. Is there really nothing else here? Something to get my health back. Nope. See, can we swap something? Increase the slow motion time. Actually, I can do that because my health is, it's 7 anyway, or 27. So at least I can extend the slow motion. God, I forgot to save after I did that. Oh wait, I did save. Okay. That one has to go. Ah, fuck. I don't even know what hit me. Fuck. Okay. Okay. You gotta... constantly change, because... Shit, careful. Oh! I'm out of here. Jesus. Oh god, that was a tough one. Whew. All right.
I can imagine how wonderful it would feel to relive that unforgettable night. I didn't kill you then, so the power inside you could awaken to its full potential. It has grown to such an extent that I can even smell its perfection. Come out. I've been waiting for too long. The dread force in your body is calling for its new master.
There has been a game, I forgot its name, which was actually pretty great. It looked a lot like Wolfenstein. Like, same mechanics. It was an enjoyable experience. It's in my Steam library, I just forgot the name. I'm enjoying that a lot too. Okay. This seems like it could be a final boss fight. Dear God. Shit. I have no idea how to dodge this. I don't know what the fuck is going on. This is like too much clutter on screen. I can't use this one. Can you? I can't duck. I don't... How the hell am I supposed to dodge that? Doesn't make sense. Wait, can I still go into my house? I can. Just gonna stay here. Can I? Cooldown over dash. Maybe not. Wait a minute. Let's see if I can actually add this. 145, but there's no health. Damn it. First spell with 4 pages missing. Okay. Fuck. Can't get to my house. How? See, how the hell am I... How should I dodge that? Some of the attacks are so cheap. Actually, I can actually, since that one doesn't make sense. That better. Maybe this one. Okay. I'll move a little faster. Can't get any more health, so it doesn't make my... How the fuck am I supposed to dodge that shit? This, how the fuck am I supposed to dodge this? So cheap. No, it doesn't actually. See, I take damage nonetheless. I can't duck in this game. It just feels like so cheap, like... I need to be standing very far away from him. I still get hit. See, what the fuck is that? How? I can duck. It's too much shit on screen. Jesus Christ. The circle does it get smaller? feel like I'm getting... unwillingly getting closer to him. Jesus fucking Christ. You don't even get to... knock it the fuck off. Come on. Almost got his ass. Yes! Well, at some point I kind of see a pattern, but there's so much clutter. I didn't even know I had a crouch button until now. I don't think I ever needed to crouch in this game.
It's finally over. This nightmare that's imprisoned me for the last 20 years has finally ended. After these ordeals and pain, I don't seem to be able to leave this place. Well, it no longer matters. After this final battle, my rest is well
Thank you.
deserved.
Gotta say, it was definitely a challenge.
Caught up to me.
Okay, there we go. That was it. Wow, finally! A game that I can check off my list. Finally. Oh wait, there's more. Yeah, it's not one guy, apparently. Although he did most of the work. He did most of the work. Oh, there we go. Oh man, it feels so good removing this from my to-do list. It's been a while because I've been playing these games like in my Steam library. Like I think I've got about like 5 games going on, which I want to play. Or which I'm playing at the moment, and like they're all so long. Like I feel like I only make like small increments of progression, and like I can play like for maybe 6 hours and still feel like I haven't really actually made good progress in game. It's insane. Like for The Witcher, like easy 2 hours, you know, and still feel like you've done like maybe like 1 or 2 side missions. So I feel good that I can finally check off. There is one game I also gonna complete on stream. The next one is Harad, I think it's called. Harad. Also very, you know, kind of in the style of this. I mean, gameplay-wise, it has very artistically. It looks different, obviously, but same thing. FPS retro shooter type. Also pretty good. Love it so far. It's a little more simplistic when it comes to like options, weapons, but it's a fun experience. That's something I'm probably gonna do next. That's the next game on my list I want to complete. So that's gonna be it for today. I have 2 weeks of vacation, so I should be able to hop online a little more and hopefully get some work done. I got like Doom 2 Annie in the works. Probably gonna work on my map for H-Pack for Heretic, and then the Game Boy game, which I think I can actually. I've gotten to a point where I feel like I can stream some level design or some game design of that specific game. I've been dabbling a little bit in GB Studio, so I did a test. Made a small prototype very early, just to have it like a moving character, jump, be able to jump and stuff like that. So, okay. Thank you all for watching. Great to see you here. And until next time, take care.